The Special Investigating Unit has launched an investigation into the contracts of a 2.2 billion rand PPE tender. The tender was awarded to more than 70 companies by the Gauteng Department of Health at the end of March. The contract was for the supply of personal protective gear to the department. SIU spokesperson Kaizer Kganyago joins us now via Zoom for more on the story. A very good morning to you and thank you so much for joining us. Now, can you confirm that indeed this investigation is ongoing for the 2.2 billion rand PPE tender in the province?
Good morning and good morning to your viewers. I can safely confirm that as the SIU, we got allegations from the Gauteng, from people about the Gauteng tender on PPEs, and we have then, as we speak, sent people on a secondment to go and start the investigation in the Gauteng Provincial Government of Health. And then we also have started the process of the proclamation. We were saying that we should start the investigation in terms of the secondment while we are waiting for the finalization of the proclamation that we have always been talking about. And that is where we are in terms of dealing with that, those allegations that were sent to us about the procurement of the PPEs in Gauteng.
And Mr. Kganyago, is this the only investigation that is actually underway since lockdown began? And when did this particular one start?
It is not. You will remember that we dealt with the issue of the tender, with the IT tender in the e-governance department in Gauteng, which we finalized sometime early in April or late April. And then we have also dealt with the issue of the Bait Bridge fence, which we have also finalized. And those are the two that we have finalized so far. And then we are now dealing with this particular one, but we are also receiving many other allegations around other people who are doing, who are alleged to be doing wrong things. And that is why we have started this process of making sure that we are able to investigate, to have a proclamation that will help us investigate the relief funds that were given by the government to the people in relation to COVID-19.
And if indeed your investigations do prove that there was some maladministration in the use of these funds in Gauteng for PPE specifically, what are the next steps that will have to be followed?
When we do our investigation, we have got three outcomes. The first outcome is when we find criminality, we will then take the issues of criminality to the NPA, who will then deal with that from there going forward. The second one, if there are people within the department that are found to have done something wrong, we will then have the recommendation back to the department's consent and make sure that those people are disciplined. And that which we are having control of is to make sure that if monies have been used in a manner that is not warranted and we need to recover the money, we will then take the matter to the special tribunal and we will set aside the contract and make sure that we recover all the monies that needs to be recovered.
How long does this investigation, how long do you expect the investigation rather to last, and will lockdown affect it negatively in any way?
I would not say. What I was told by our investigators is that they are investigating a total of so far about 90 companies. Therefore, it might take long because they've got to look at all the details. We don't want to be rushing anything to make sure that we get to the bottom of it and understand in each and every contract that was entered into, whether it followed processes, whether it went with the requirements that were put together by Treasury in relation to the use of the funds during a disaster period.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here this morning. And that was Mr. Kaizer Kganyago from the SIU, just confirming that indeed there is an investigation underway with regards to the 2.2 billion rand tender that was awarded in the Gauteng province for PPEs. Investigations there of over 90, around about 90 companies that are being looked into at the moment.